Hey guys, it's Lou here, and yeah, welcome to the apocalypse. Just kidding. Um, before I start this video, I just wanted to, I don't know, I guess do a disclaimer real quick. I normally don't endorse people or do any of that promotion stuff, but this is kind of like a one and done kind of deal because actually I feel like there's a meaning behind this. So, elections, right? I'm the politics guy. I try not to be, but can't get away from it. Anyways, so if you care or you like this country, America, United States, and everything in between, the guy I think everyone should be backing if they really want to make a difference, um, Bernie Sanders, all the way. I'll tell you why in a minute. Um, well, when it comes down to it, every kind of president, I mean, aside from Obama and Clinton and a few select others, they're all pretty much like a cookie cutter, the same thing. And it gets old after a while. It's always the same repetitive thing. It may not impact your life, but it may impact your kid's life in the future, or you know the state, or how you get taxes. I don't know. It's going to affect you somewhere down the road, positive or negative. And what I see in Bernie is different. I think it's cool. Everything about his policies, from the free medicine, the free college. I mean, these are already in effect in other countries. So, like, why isn't like the most popular, you know, a number one country, America, doing that? You know, I don't know. That's just me. It's kind of common sense, but this is what Bernie wants to do. He wants to incorporate all the good stuff every other country has, and make us have it. So, what's the holdup here? Why ain't people getting this? I mean, for a while there, it looked like the stream was happening. I don't know if you guys followed the polls or anything, but Bernie was kind of like rising above, and he kept momenting. He was knocking out of the park, and then all of a sudden, people dropped out. Other people running for president, and back to Joe Biden, and now Joe Biden is up. So it's like a back and forth, like a seesaw, and it's kind of annoying. You kind of, I don't want to say derailed um, Bernie, but it's not looking good. So I mean, I'm a bit of a hypocrite here. I'm definitely not a voter type because of the college electoral. What is the college electoral? Well, it's a bunch of old people in suits, rich old people that when the smoke is cleared, they pick our president. It's weird. It should be the people. I think I don't know, but yeah. So rich people or people um, I don't know in charge do the picking for us at the end of the day. I don't know, but that shouldn't let that kind of like interfere. I mean, I feel like if you build up enough momentum, you might be able to influence people you wouldn't normally influence, and that's always a good thing. So yeah, not to go on with this because that's not what this video is about, but especially when things are seeming a little bleak, you know, we need some light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that's Bernie Sanders. That's why I support him, and it would be nice seeing a hopeful future for this country. But yeah, and it's baffling because like not that I have nothing against Joe Biden. I liked him as vice president to Obama. Um, be like more or less the same kind of deal. I mean, yeah, Trump wouldn't be in office anymore, which is a victory on itself. But damn, come on, don't you guys want difference? Something, some kind of change. I don't know. That's just me. But the guy has a lot of protesters at his events, not for him. They're against him. It's just I have a hard time believing how someone who the general public had a hard time accepting all of a sudden are backing now. And this, I guess, this kind of leads into my my main subject here. Um, so anyway, let me finish this off. Like I said, Biden's cool and all, but I think the real leader of this country should be Bernie Sanders, and he's the only one I see that makes sense and can deliver any hope to this nation. So, if you guys don't vote, donate money. It doesn't have to be $1,000,000. Just you know, something that you wouldn't miss. You could donate to this man's campaign. I don't know, just to say you did something and it made a difference. And in the end, if it don't work out, look, we all tried in our own way, so might as well add to the pile. All right, you ready? The main topic. I'm gonna say so. Yeah, the coronavirus. Mm. Stock in Corona beer is going down because people think that's related. I feel sad for the state of this country's in and the people um, that think like that. So anyway, for those who don't know, there's this pandemic, the coronavirus. It acts like the flu. It's not quite the flu, and it came from what I understand a animal to human um, transfer. So it was like an animal bug that some human, by bug I mean virus. Some human ate that meat and became affected, and boom, here you go. So it's out of control. It's insane, and there's no end in sight, which is kind of scary because we've dealt with sicknesses before: swine flu, H1N1, Ebola, but we all had some kind of resolution at the end, or they just went away. This one it looks like it's sticking around, and for something that's been here before, that's scary because yeah, it's affecting elderly people, people with health problems, pre-existing conditions. It still could do some damage, and as I see it, I don't see it going away. There's no vaccine. I don't know what these guys are doing. You think the CDC or the World Health Organization would be doing something about it. It seems like they're taking their time. But let me just paint you a picture here. Okay, so let's say someone has the coronavirus, right? And they're in a crowd of 10 people, and they're coughing, sneezing, whatever. It's droplet and I guess semi-airborne or airborne. It's spread that way. So maybe out of that crowd of 10 people, 2 people get sick, and then that's like the chain of effect. But the rate of infection, you know, doesn't add up to this mass hysteria. I mean, it's ridiculous. I can't even buy, certain products anymore because of this. And it's, a bit of annoying. But with all that aside, there's a lot of people out there. Uh, Not sane. It's a conspiracy theory. I don't want to be that guy, but it's very strange and convenient for it to happen at this time. I mean, look, it's the elections. Um, Trump is, just got off the hook from being impeached, and what a major distraction, right? Because now people are just worried about this. They're not even worried about elections. They're worried about who's sitting next to you in the subway. So, but not just that. Let's talk about the how this happened, right? So you have Wuhan, China, right? Little Providence. Boom, spread like wildfire, and then it went further. Taiwan, Hong Kong, which all makes sense. They're all kind of like neighbors. South Korea, bit of a stretch. Didn't hear anything about North Korea or Russia for that matter. I mean, you think they would have reported something or made a big deal out of it, but I just don't really hear that much from two countries that literally share borders with China. You thought they would be the ones affected, but no, no. Instead, you have South Korea. Okay, let's say that happened. Japan, I think, is able to keep it under control. They had a few situations with a cruise ship, much like we're having right now, but they kept that stuff on lockdown. So, you know, So there's that. Um, and then all of a sudden, boom, Italy. So you mean sick people just, traveled across the sea and infected 50 people in Italy, and then it like rose to like 900. Now, what is it, like 10,000 people? Like the country of Italy is shut down pretty much. That sucks. And I don't know. Maybe I'm digging too deep, but I think viruses and most outbreaks have like a pattern. It's not random. It's just how it works. I think it's science. But I'm having trouble believing this one. Like I don't want to call terrorist right away, some bioterrorists like in the movies, but I don't know. I feel like if I had to go on a rant about it, um, this is far fetched. This is just me thinking off the top of my head. Someone deliberately infecting others, like infecting themselves, and then like groups of people with an agenda, contaminating themselves, and then traveling to different countries. Could that be a thing? I don't know. Maybe it's just Mother Nature, thinning the herd. I heard that floating around too, population control. But like I said, wouldn't you want to take out, a lot more people than just sick and elderly? It just doesn't make any sense. Um, like I said, the rate of spreading this thing is just huge. And look, it's the flu. It's a mutated form of, you know, the original coronavirus, and this is what happened. So I don't know. It just baffles me how fast this thing spread, and very little reasoning behind it. I mean, yeah, there's legit, you know, yeah, explanations and thoughts were put behind this. I don't know. It's crazy to me. So, what could it be? Could it just be sick people, taking plane rides, boat rides, infecting other nations? Because, that's what it looks like. But at this rate, it's just insane. I never saw nothing spread this fast before. Like, it's a pandemic. That means everything's covered, except for, like, maybe a handful of countries that don't make sense. I don't know. Um, I'm still just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not gonna report on this too much. I'm sure you guys heard enough of it already, and we just don't need the fear and the worry right now. We got other stuff to do with our lives, so I'm gonna try and maybe step away from these kind of dreary topics, and because the current events are really not happy-go-lucky conversations. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I just figured I'd bring that to your attention. Maybe you guys kind of thought the same thing, or just maybe you guys are like, hey, it's a really bad virus out there, and people are just watching, uh, you know, watching it go down. So don't travel if you don't have to. Keep doing what you're doing. Wash your hands and you know all this stuff. But there's like the whole mask and buying up this hand sanitizers. Look, how much is that going to protect you? Like, if it's your turn, to get sick, you're going to get sick. Just how it is. But yeah, I don't know. It's my thought process behind this whole thing. You know, it look it looks like it's a setup, like a whole big conspiracy. We'll probably never know, but maybe it was just a freak of nature, and this disease got out. These things happen. And I partially blame kind of global warming because things are heating up that shouldn't heat up, and melting parts of the world that shouldn't melt. God knows what's been frozen in that ice, right? So these things happen. But for this to spread like it is, I don't know. If I had a, like really deep dive, think about it. I mean, the virus might not be self-made, but who's to say someone got sick, was paid to get sick, and then spread it? Hmm? I don't know. Yeah, it's a little conspiracy theories right there. But that's what it is. I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying, I'm painting you a picture what I think might have happened. But like I said, Mother Nature could be really angry with us. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I'm sure you have opinions that you dying to get off your chest. So, tell away. Um, yeah, that's really all I'll have to add for that. I'm gonna try and maybe squeeze one more video before the week's up, or maybe the weekend if I get a chance. But yeah, once again, thanks for checking out my channel. Means a lot. Yeah, hey, and I'm just trying to get as much information out there as I can. If I could educate just a fraction of people, kind of makes my day. So once again, thanks for checking my channel out. Speaking of channels, I have a very good friend of mine, Angelo Charlino. I hope I didn't butcher your last name, man. You're my fellow paisan. And yeah, he covers everything. Kind of like this, except the current events thing. He's, more like, more stuff I would like to do, Blu-rays, um, video games, television series. I mean, he's got a nice video that, mentions The Last of Us. I don't know if you guys ever played the game. Great post-apocalyptic kind of game. And they're making a television series of it. And yeah, I'm excited. And he has a great, video, actually. Um, just kind of laying that out. So I'm going to post a link to that, in my little writing box down there. So check them out, totally worth it. You'll definitely find something you like in there, something interesting. But once again, let's keep this up. Let's inform one another. Let's not be left in the dark, because that's why we make videos. This isn't just to entertain. I think it's a good tool to educate the masses, and have other opinions, and educate people. All right. Thanks for listening, and until next time, peace.